stream a more effective name. Must try and remember to do that actually, otherwise we could be doing anything and the stream title could be quite different, quite boring. This is curious. It's got 3 of them, but it doesn't detect the language. So this is still quite busted. I'm going to cancel that build. Done, because it's still broken, right? No point wasting Travis's resource. So we had a deploy stage and then no language set. Build history, I'd be curious to see the other one that we... see, this one at least detected it, right? So this was detecting... It's really quite curious. So if I ditch the name... doesn't work. So does stage require naming things? Okie dokie. Okay, so that's build matrix. Fine. So name. Stage name not required. We'll continue to use test. Naming your build stages. Here's the first test job. Build stages and matrix expansion. Okay, maybe we're missing something obvious here. So build stages way to build stages is a way, apparently, not are, is. Build stages is a way to group jobs and run jobs in each stage in parallel, but run one stage after another sequentially. In the simplest and most common use case, you can now make one job run only if several other parallel jobs are completed successfully. Great. Let's say you want to build a test library, you want it in parallel, you only want to release on success. So that's basically us. We only want to deploy when stuff is successfully passing all the tests in the various different nightly, beta, and stable builds. Of course, there are a lot more elaborate use cases than this one. You can find, for example, you can also use build stage to warm up dependency caches in a single job on a first stage, then use the cache on several jobs on a second stage. Well, that's pretty neat. Okay. So we group them, stages are sequential, jobs within a stage are parallel. Yeah, so that's pretty neat. So they've automatically detected Ruby and they haven't used names. Okay, so I really do get the feeling that we don't need to use names. We must just be doing something else slightly wrong. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take a copy of our nightly build and I'm going to put that underneath our deploy stage. There's a few things here that we don't actually need to worry about. So all these cargo checks, they can go. We don't need to do those because we're going to be doing those as part of our testing stage up above. I think we probably need this, but again, it'd be worth revisiting what each of these actually do and why they're there. So I added a to-do that's not particularly useful. It tells me it's slow and I need to do something about it being slow, but I don't know why it's there. So Craig of the past failed us with that particular comment before script. So what's this doing? This is grabbing a copy of codecov, and then we're running wasmpack build, seeding into the www folder, copying something, running an install script, and then getting back out of the www folder. Okay, so this is all to do with code coverage. So yeah, that's all to do with code coverage, and then after success, I guess after you've managed to run codecov, we would do all of this. We've got a before install script. Before install, we get a copy of apt-get install python pip, and we pip install AWS CLI. That feels like a very cacheable thing. Very cacheable thing. Okie doke. So going back up to our tests, we can probably take out this whole after success because we don't need that anymore. We can also take out cargo test and build, I guess. Although curiously, the other stages have a build and test. What's this we allocate? Oh, I see. That's up there. Curious. Okay, so let's take cargo build, cargo test. We don't need this codecov thing. We've already got it here, so that can go. We can replace cargo build and cargo test. Great. We'll probably ditch. Yeah, these flags aren't needed anymore either. Yeah, that did work. Great. So we don't need these because those are only useful during the deployment. I think that's probably self-explanatory that we're naming a test stage, as is that. I'm going to put a return in there though. Let's commit this. Let's break this into multiple commits as well because I've done a whole bunch of things all in one go. So let's first of all untick everything. So we removed stage names. Comments, that happened. Okay, and then the next thing we did was remove everything to the deploy stage that needs to be there. We took out all the cargo checks from there. I think we're good. Yeah, so we moved deploy code into deploy stage of TravisCI. Okay, let's head back here, see what we've got. Huh. Well, this is pretty neat. We've got our labels back, so it says Rust Nightly, Rust Beta, Rust Stable. Great. Our deploy is using Rust Nightly. Also great. I am confused about what these initial jobs are, though. I feel like they're wasted. I wonder if I've got some tabbing incorrectly set up. Yeah, let's not even necessarily picked an OS. No language set. I mean, it's definitely a problem with the YAML. Definitely a problem with that Travis YAML. I just thought we've got sudo no, but we're using sudo here. So do we need those? Those surely remove that. Let's check what sudo false does. Whilst this is building, let's see if we can remove some, potentially remove some code that doesn't need to be there. TravisCI sudo. So, what can you tell me about sudo? Okie dokie. Can I search this effectively? Building a Perl, the trusty build environment. Container-based infrastructure. Container-based infrastructure has been fully deprecated. Please remove any sudo false keys in your Travis YAML file to use the fully virtualized Linux infrastructure. Oh, okay. So does that mean, I wonder what that means precisely. I mean, if they deprecated something, then maybe it's going to be faster. Encourage everyone to remove any sudo false configurations. Soon we'll run all projects on the virtual machine-based infrastructure. The sudo keyword will be fully deprecated. The timeline for this migration will be as follows. Okay, so I think what I'm hearing is this does nothing. This literally has no purpose, and we can probably get rid of this as well. What am I doing? It's probably a shortcut for this in the editor. For the moment, let's just replace all of those. Great. Cool. Less lines of code. I won't commit it just yet. Let's see what's going on with this. I didn't need to refresh that. That was silly. Okay, let's have a look at let's have a look at this nightly build. Glad to see. That's literally. Looks like it's done almost nothing. Stable's got a bit further. There's some nice compiling going on. It's a race. I wonder which one will win. Looks like it's actually got stuck. Yeah, it's not. Curious. So Stable's got a bit further. Let's check on beta. That's also started compiling on the cargo install. But nightly, just stuck there. I wonder what will happen to that. Maybe it's some kind of weird glitch, or maybe it's a full-on failed build. No way to know just yet. We'll wait and see what that comes out with. Curiously, this weird little build here is finished. I just don't know what the point of this was. So what's this doing? So it runs. Not quite sure what it's doing. It's like a phantom build, it shouldn't be there. But it ran the tests. Curious. Okay, so it knew enough to run the tests. I wonder if this is a duplicate of something else. Do we know if it's running nightly? No, we don't know. I guess this is the boring bit of web development, right? Or potentially all development, when you have to wait for stuff to compile, the tests are run. To be fair though, my local, I guess if I'm running my local tests, I can get answers within 10 seconds. Whereas this is taking 5.5 minutes. There's probably a lot that we can do to speed this up. That's the mission. Get this down to maybe a minute or two. I mean, ideally we get it down to seconds, right? But I think there's limits to what you can achieve with Travis when it has to stand up a whole virtual machine. Yeah, this is really not happy. We'll go to the raw log. Yeah, it's downloaded. So it downloaded a copy of Git, and then it just kind of got stuck creating a directory. It feels like it shouldn't get stuck doing something so simple. Now it's installing stuff. Okay, it's caught up. It's caught up. And I think we can probably guess that the nightly's going to finish last. I wonder if I create another. I know I'm on this is open source code, so we get like free Travis. But I wonder if I commit this, we can have multiple different pull request builds going at the same time. Removed deprecated sudo. We could even go as far as linking to the Okay, so I think we could link to that in the commit. Remove deprecated sudo. Great. Push. I wonder what happens if I include a name in here. Or if I tab this out. Because it feels like these are all part of a stage, so I wonder what happens if I just go tab. So yeah, let's see if we can remove this phantom Travis job. See what happens there. Okay, let's wait for this to do. So this is B build 109. Build 109, so I can link to that directly. And if I go here, I can probably see 110. Great. And then when I push this, we'll probably see 111. See what Is this one still going? 106 is still going. At night, 28 minutes. What on earth has that been doing for 28 minutes? I wonder if this will screw up all our caches actually, now I think about it. You've got loads of pull requests going on at the same time, and they're all caching different things. So I think we cancel this job for a start. I can't do it from here, can I? So, build history. Hit cancel on that job, there we go. It's still only job 110. So, I mean, that finished quite quickly, but it didn't actually do anything. Oh, but this is not job 111, is it? Did we commit? Did we commit and push? I think we did commit and push that. Yeah, so this is one. Come on. Expecting any moment. Minutes. It's running super slow. I wonder if it has to compile the nightly. I reckon that's what it is. I reckon there's like a huge amount of time just installing Rust. Yeah, look at this. 342 seconds here. Installing Rust. 26 seconds. Still, it shouldn't be this slow. Still hasn't registered build 111. At least 109 is registered. Yeah, 13 minutes. It's a really, really long time. And this is the one where we moved the deploy code into the deploy stage, so I'd fully expect this one to be taking less time. It's just super slow on these compiles. So let's have a look just on the nightly of GitHub Rust. Wow, that's a lot of issues. That is a lot of issues actually. You guys have really got your work cut out in the Rust community to try and fix that. Hello, whoever's just joined the chat. Welcome. So I'm just briefly explain where we are with this. I'm trying to get this build split into different stages, so then we can write some Rust code at a reasonable clip rather than waiting 10 plus minutes for our test to run. But at the moment, it's still running a bit slow. couple of different builds going at the moment. And this is the code I've modified. Hopefully this will hurry up though. It's not particularly entertaining to watch Travis slowly build files. You can have a look at one of these nightlies, I guess. See, this one's got stuck again. It's these nightlies. I really think there's something wrong with the current Travis nightlies. If I go to the stable, for instance, yeah, that's quite happily compiling away. See if there's anything to do with slow. Although we can see actually there's only one page worth of. Yeah, let's leave that. I can't see anything on there that makes me think there's a publicly known reason that Rust is slow at the moment. Could be a TravisCI problem as well. See if it's picked up build 111 yet. Curious. So if I go on over to our GitHub page, head on over to I guess I haven't opened a pull request. I could open a pull request. That way we could easily see what the state of the builds are. Let's do that actually. I'm going to open up a pull request. I'm just going to do that on my other screen. It won't take me a second. So I'm just going to new pull request and adding Travis deploy stages. And then if I come back to this screen, refresh, you should see a pull request has been created. And then yeah, we can see where our builds are either outright failing or still building. It's a little better. Yeah, it hasn't picked up. I'll get lost in tabs. Just close some of these down. We don't need this anymore. We might need this one. Let's go back to here. Here we go. Right. So this one, I think should be build 111, but it hasn't picked that up yet. So I wonder if we can only have two simultaneous builds going on. I guess we could just abandon build 109. It's been going a long time, isn't it? 18 minutes. Just waiting on this nightly. So slow. So this is running one of the cargo checks. This is at least starting to get to compiling the code for the site. So there's a function in there that I've written with a, you know, I'm hoping to get to that later today. I'll just show you that. So within, I think it might be some firmware that said nope, NRG, nope. One of these. It's one of these. I think it's this one. Might be Mazen discovery dates. Yeah. So this function, I've just left it in here because I took the time to add all the different dates that the first 20 or so Mazens were discovered. But I guess really I should merge it with this. But I don't know how to do that in Rust. I don't know how to merge an array or a vector. Sorry. Where you've got integers and strings within the same thing. That's another to do for later. But you can see, yeah, every time it runs a check, it throws up this warning. The Rust compiler is obviously absolutely awesome. It will throw warnings for all sorts of dodgy code, and dead code is one of the things I really like about it. What's this doing? This is slowly building as well. So I'm reluctant to kill off these stages from building, or I'm reluctant to kill off these builds. Kind of want to let them run. Let's go back here. It's a good time actually for you to take a 2-minute break. Oh, that's curious, isn't it? So, surprisingly, can I hear myself? That's surely not the case. No, that's muted. I can't hear myself. That's weird. Just to add to the fun, the mute button doesn't actually work on my microphone. So you're going to get all kinds of background noise. Let me do that. Hello, I have returned. I also notice. Hello, I have returned. Alright, that's fixed now. Should not have had that on my phone. Could have ended up in a real quandary. Could have ended up getting pretty loud actually. Feedback loop. A bit like this image. A bit like this image. A bit like this image. Okay, right. Oh yeah, that holding page wasn't working too well, was it? That's very confusing. I'm not quite sure why. So we've done a whole bunch more builds on BigPribes.net since then. TravisCI deploy didn't work. Interesting. I wonder why. The command apt get install python pip failed and exited with 100. Because you are not sudo. So let's go back here. So we definitely needed sudo for that apt get install python pip. I'm going to guess we probably need sudo for the next install. Actually, you know what, maybe we don't. Maybe we don't, because pip is its own little package manager thing, so maybe it's just for the system one. So yeah, we can say we're adding sudo back for the apt-get install. Not untrue. Let's have a look. Okay, well that's finished. Excuse me. Okay, so build 109 curiously still has this running. This must have been with the sudo still there. Excuse me. Yeah, this must have been with the sudo still there. So that'll probably go all the way through and might actually work, which would be neat. Be the first time this build has gone all the way through with the two different stages. So let's refresh this. It's taking. I feel like Travis is curiously slow today. Open link in new tab. Had some issues on August 8th. I've got no reported issues today. Slight spike in the number of Mac jobs, but we're Linux builds, so nothing out of the ordinary. Don't know why it's so slow. So, oh wow, 57 minutes runtime. That must be cumulative, surely. Yeah, cumulative. I guess another thing I'd like to tackle is figure out why these are running. Like 110.1, 110.5 shouldn't be running. We think we've just committed a fix that will get rid of this nightly deploy issue. I think we'll tackle that next. So we've got stages. Stage name not required, but we'll continue to use test. So in their example here, they've got test and deploy. Stage deploy, and then they've got a script. So I feel like it must be a syntax thing here. I must be doing something wrong. Maybe maybe we can find an example online. So TravisCI stages example. Great, good stuff. Build stages, defining different steps on different stages. That seems pretty cool. TravisCI by example. Okay, there's loads we just opened up. There's bound to be one here that has some example syntaxed. Syntaxed? What even is that? Yeah, so this is what we were doing before. It's a simple. Oh, am I muted? No, I wasn't muted. Just strange the microphone was flashing. No, still bringing up sound. Good stuff. Let's minimize that. Excuse me. So, they're using environment, they're using install. But these all have completely different stages. I wonder if the matrix goes here. So you have a matrix under an include under a jobs. Curious. Excuse me. Yeah, so 64-bit tests, 32-bit tests. I feel like I'm missing something. Something that should probably be obvious. Videos. Who wants to watch them, eh? Okay, so yeah, you had a bunch of, yeah, fine, you had a bunch of matrices, you had A matrices. It's weird. I don't I don't like coding where we're just trying and seeing what happens. I mean, if you're really learning something for the first time and you're just curious, but I feel like this should be clearly stated in Travis somewhere. I know that they're using this, at least in this example, they've got the and stage name, and then I guess this is the parallelization. Okay, so that got to build 110 and then stopped. It never bothered to build 111. This is still building. 30 minutes. This is done. This has done the code deploy. Oh no, it's done the code carve. Now it's writing more cache. I feel like we maybe just got a bad box on some of these deploys, particularly with the nightlies. Yeah. What happened there then? Of course, if Travis branch is master, which is not. Therefore, we get a green tick. So heading on back to here, that means several of these just don't have associated builds. It's quite confusing. I'm going to change our pull request settings because I suspect we might get some better output if I enforce. This is a fairly useless code cov. Found on the base commit. Okay. Bugs everywhere. Right, require pull request reviews before merging. Yes, we want them to be approved. Dismiss stale pull request approvals when new commits are pushed. Yes, because security. Require review from code owners. Yes. Require status checks to pass. Yes. I would like continuous integration with TravisCI to pass. Save changes. Excuse me. Maybe I need to log in to do this as well. Maybe just try that. So I could try logging into. I know I've been using GitHub on another machine, but it's getting a bit cumbersome. I might just log straight in a moment. See if this gives me more information. Yeah, this tells me health checks, whereas this doesn't. If I refresh this, I don't get any status on the state of the health checks. Let's refresh this. I'm gonna head over to Travis on this other box as well. I really feel like that should be detecting the other, what are we up to now, 3 commits that need Does it need builds against them? Build history, more options. Could manually trigger a build, but I shouldn't need to. So build pushed branches, yes. Build pushed pull requests, yes. Auto cancel branch builds. Wow. Auto cancellation allows you to only run builds for the latest commits in the queue. This setting can be applied to builds, branch builds and pull request builds separately. So auto cancel pull request builds, auto cancel branch builds. Then I've got some environment variables, which are all only available on the master branch, which is fine. Could limit concurrent jobs. Feels like a sensible thing to do for the moment. But I won't, because I've got no solid reason to do that. So I guess we need to manually trigger a build. That's origin. More requests. More options. Oh, okay. Could not pass. So it hasn't been able to pass it since trying tabbing all lines in stage to remove phantom TravisCI. So that was when we tabbed these OS ones. So that from that point forward it was busted. That makes a lot more sense now. That makes a lot more sense. Let's change that. So undid tabbing that broke Travis build, or yeah, we broke Travis YAML parsing basically. I'll have a look at this other screen, see what we end up with. Just refreshing. See if we get a build. Come on. Couldn't find the repository big primes.net. Well, that's bad. I didn't blow it up. Right. More options. Requests. Could not pass. Okay, so it still can't pass it. So if I ditch matrix. See what this does. Boom. Okay. Undud. Brilliant. It's like undid, but we've undud it. Fantastic. I think now is really a good opportunity for me to share this stream with a few people. Oh, someone's just joined us. Hello, hello. Might have just fixed the build. Might not have done, but let's hope. Just whilst this is doing its thing, I'm just sharing a link to a few people for this stream. Done. Right, let's see what's going on here. So, fix the Travis file again because I added those tabs which broke it, and I tried adding a matrix syntax which was clearly wrong and that broke it. Seemed intuitive to me, but you know, it's not in the manual. We've still got these, and this is the only thing I want to fix, right? We've got these two extra builds which just don't need to happen. I don't know why they're there. I'll consult the manual again. So yeah, these people are using this ampersand, this different formatting. I guess they might even have a link to their current repo. Build stages. They got a link to their. Really, I want to link to their repo, right? Because they give a before. Yeah, I can. Yeah, good. I can see it in its entirety. So they specify their 4 build stages. They've got a before install, some caching, then they've got these separate jobs. So they run some script. Well, they're 4 stages up, didn't they? Smoke, pre-cache, lint, and test. Where do they first mention smoke? It's curious, this ampersand syntax. Okay, don't quite know what this is. I'm fairly stuck on it, so I think I'll just leave that as it is for now. Let's have a look at what else we can do. I guess we can. Let's go back to GitHub. What's GitHub? There we go. Yeah, so we can see if this build passes, and if it does, potentially we could merge the change in. Whilst that's going on and doing its thing, let's have a look at running this locally. I don't know if I've actually done that on this machine. Oh, what's it doing? Is it an update? The Windows subsystem for Linux optional component is not enabled. Alright. Bugs everywhere today. Let's see what this tells me to do. crack open a PowerShell as admin and run this. Then restart my computer. So I'll have to drop out of the stream. Unbelievable scenes. It says when prompted, right? Not if prompted. Let's try it. Maybe we won't have to. Run as administrator. Yes, I'm sure. Run this command. All I wanted to do was have Linux. I thought it might be good for us to get the Big Primes website working locally, and then we can do some local development instead of continuing to faff with all these different build stages. Do I want to restart my computer? I mean, I really don't, but I'll have to. I will be back shortly.